Welcome Speedgaming 2. So what we have here is the Speedgaming Live 2024 Super Metroid Randomizer Tournament. Part of Speedgaming Live Online, which is now starting to take off in a broader sense, more tournaments, showing up on the Speedgaming schedule. So here we have a winner's quarterfinal match. It's between Eddie and Zeb. Zeb is the number 3 seed. Eddie is the number 6. And so this is going to be a good one. These two, among the favored to win the tournament. Kind of the top map rando runners right now. On the list, that is. And so we'll see what kind of race they give us. But it should be a good one. So I am Aussie101. I'll be doing commentary. Then with me is Luna on tracking. So gonna keep all these buttons pressed and keep us all organized. And they are off. Timers are looking synced. Brights are looking synced. And I don't think we're gonna see any kind of palette shuffle or tile theme changes. So Super Metroid as it's meant to be played once the world has been randomized. And this is another West Ocean start. So the pressure's on because they know if they take a fall, then they're just going to be a minute behind the entire seed. So Zeb gets it. Eddie gets it. They're good enough to know that you have to get the trick, and your opponent will get the trick. Eddie walked on top of the super item location, and that marked on the map that it was a major. Oftentimes it is a major. Oh, watch out for the arcade crowd. And E-Tank. E-Tank is put in the first filler location. So that is very likely to be filler. Screw Attack was attainable as the same time as that location. That's why that would be a filler spot. There only needs to be one progression item placed at a time. Oh. A speed booster is cool. And then since they had the E-Tank take a hit from a bat, normally it's a ton of damage. But with that E-Tank, you can just survive it. So speed opens up top right of ship. That's where they'll be heading next. I find that keeping your health as high as you can when making the check up here isn't that important. So it's better to just save the time and do the spark. And we get supers. Still no morph ball. The race is still young. We have seen that West Ocean, the super locked location, does require morph to get the item there. And so you want to get back to that as soon as you can. But first you need morph. I think normally it's more common that you get morph before supers. At least when that check comes up. So we are going around the battle crab map. Decision. So the map is very valuable. I think you'd expect that going right would get you the morph, and that wouldn't help you get the map and leave. So Eddie, seeing the map, to get back up, you have to do a Shine Spark. 99 energy. That's a pretty tough Shine Spark. So yeah, just not going to do that. And they both went for the play. So they're both going to be resetting the ship. And Eddie is in the lead now because Zeb went up the elevator and then back down. You scout the green door. Eddie didn't do that. And that's like the whole difference so far. And then we have Precious Room over here. This should be Morph Ball. Yeah. And then you take Morph Ball to West Ocean. And that will be Spring Ball, maybe? It depends how top of West Ocean connects to back to the ship. Top of West Ocean to bottom of West Ocean. Because the logic always needs to give you a way back to your ship without using any items. Like, it's easy enough to soft lock yourself, but that's not going to be in logic unless there's a way back. Because it is not a soft lock. So Eddie taking the save. I'm not sure where the map is in Criteria. But that doesn't matter. Bombs, okay. My thought was an item to get through the little morph tunnel here. So bombs would also work. So that lets you come over to the right. And then we're watching to see if it's to an item or to just a path back. We get Brimstone Reserve. That's a nice 3 items. And it looks like the way down is through Crab Hole. So it had to be Gravity. Or progression would be in Wreck Ship. Because logic is going to give you like 1 item at a time and check if it provides progression or not. Crab Hole would need high jump and ice if it wasn't gravity. So it just had to give you gravity. Or it could have placed items in Wreck Ship. But for now, they can continue through. And Eddie gonna have pretty much just another room or 2 lead. Saving some time. Zeb going the wrong way. Gonna miss out on those missiles. Not a big deal at all. But now we are 7 minutes in. We have a suit. We have all of our basic ammo. So it should start going pretty fast from here. They want to go far left Criteria now, because that's where the map is. The very early game, you want to be able to get through all the basic roadblocks, which are mostly the ammo doors. Okay, so bowling has an item, and lava dive is going to be tough. Warfare, and otherwise some hollows. Ridley. You do want to point out the Ridley. Oh, Ridley is blocking the bowling major. Grade. Early supers. Star. This seems like you leave for Wreck Ship now. Yes. Zeb has bombs. It's the only way to reach gravity. So, Zeb checking alpha peeps was a bit of a mistake. Expectations are high. in how these runners are going to be saving time. Plasma. Oh, how about that? We both had the same idea. So we're going to take the save and then scout Plasma. Unfortunately, Zeb saved before getting the hollow dot. That's not something you want to reset. So, is this a play for Lava Dive? Do we tank Gravity Lava Dive? I don't know. Maybe it's possible. Norfair. Okay, Norfair makes a bit more sense. Do we tank definitely reset Lava Dive isn't that strong a play. Odd they did a Gravity Jump. The option of an FD Jump with Speed Booster, which is pretty much a one-frame run and then jump. Or use bombs. Super Pack. It's still very useful to get additional E-Tanks. Supers and Power Bombs, not so much right now. Power Bombs are very low value because they have Morph Bombs. And Supers are low value because they found Ridley. So if they're looking for Hollow Dots, it's either for E-Tanks or planning out much, much farther. Okay, so we're into Wreck Ship. More E-Tanks. And it looks like Zeb is ahead now. Since Eddie went and scouted Plasma, took a reset. Plasma, probably not useful to know about. If you want to actually do bowling, to get Plasma before Ridley, then sure. GT. So GT had a reserve. Normally you do want a reserve right now. You definitely take it. But falling into the GT fight would be devastating. And so the race loses its competitiveness if someone takes a really big reset. Anyway, we're coming up here to top of Wreck Ship. Eddie doing the safe way. Aussie happy. That's the logical way to get across the GT crumble blocks. Jumping on the crumbles is in very hard. But it's something I didn't want to be in hard. Because you could just easily miss it and just have to reset. More E-Tanks. More supers. There's no way we get enough ammo for Ridley anytime soon. But this is getting us close. More E-Tanks. They're getting a really nice distribution of hollows. And it is also early enough that maybe you don't play for charge. High jump. Oh yeah, that's where high jump was. It is faster to get high jump after, like, on the way back. Because whereas Zeb got high jump on the way forward, he had to reset the room. But now he doesn't have to reset the room. But now we have enough E-Tanks to not really worry about heat rooms anymore. They are kind of close enough to Lava Dive to go for that item. The only problem with going to the lava dive major is Ridley's over there, and you don't want to backtrack past Ridley again. Especially when we can't kill him. And how useful is Varia right now anyway? Assuming Varia is the best major that could be over there. Because maybe it isn't. But that is going to be Zeb taking a boss kill lead. Yeah, the only difference is the plasma knowledge. They both essentially have the same amount of other resources. So from here, they're both set up to go into Brinstar. Or they could go down through Criteria over to Norfair. Tanks. So Zeb's probably thinking about ammo. Right now you don't want E-tanks anymore. Only as a way to get that health refill. So I think that would be a play for supers. A save. So is this a down or not? Is Zeb going up or down? Down. And then Eddie is back over near Brinstar. Looking to be multiple rooms behind now. Also spending time in the pause screen. Yeah, this much energy. 2 more super packs would be enough to fight Ridley, and a few missiles. But there's not enough hollow dots over here in Criteria, so that's not too likely to happen. They do definitely have the energy for Lava Dive now. So let's see what's over here. Hopefully he doesn't jump into the fireball. This fireball is hit for like 200. So here's the grapple beam room. Probably get the missile pack here as well. And it's just wave. Oh, no missile. So not thinking about ammo. Eddie. So what is Eddie doing? He's running in circles, not making progress. That's what I see. And that's maybe not the best play right now. Oh, actually, we're getting Meridia, said Norfair. So Eddie may be worried about his energy. Even going to manual reserves. Space jump here, first item in Aqueduct. Spring balls, the second. Some nice quality of life. Unless you're a space jump hater. And you'll be sad and angry seeing space jump there. Because it does throw off your mock balls. It can be annoying. See if Eddie makes it out. He did not. That probably doesn't care too much. But he had reserves on manual, so just died. So that was either a mistimed pause or forgot they were manual. It would have been somewhat tight if he had them on auto. But anyway, up here in Rick's ship again. And we probably get some route divergence now. But either way, it currently looks like Zeb is just ahead. Eddie heading to Brinstar. So I'm going to show us the shack tool room done in reverse. So you do that by angering the snail, and then it digs real fast. So shack tool's room, it's quite a bit faster when you enter from the right. So this will be the divergence. Brinstar versus Meridia. Meridia already had 2 majors. So that's pretty good, statistically. Looks like Zeb missed the map. I'm not sure why he missed the map. Just went to the right of Aqueduct. That seems safe enough. If I have gravity and all the ammos, I like blind checking sand pits. Hollows and nothing. So, Meridia is dead. Brinstar. Torian and Pit Room had a major. Do you take the energy refill? I like resetting the gold pirate room, just to respawn the floor. It's coming up from below. The pirates are in really awkward positions. You've seen some spike damage boost on any side. We do have lots of health. Okay, so Eddie's coming up on the major over here. Let's see what we get in the floor. Spazer. The value of wave is not so much. I see beams as a way to kill the basic enemies that you come across. Grapple beam in Warfare. So wave is good regular enemy damage. Spazer is good regular enemy damage. But they also have screw attack. You can just jump through regular enemies. So I don't think having wave or Spazer makes much of a difference here. But this is going to be continued divergence, I imagine. If Eddie decides to go up. And it should just be the race. Like one of them hits the bad route that has Mother Brain. And the other finishes on Mother Brain. I guess at the same time, we don't have all the other boss information right now. So everything could just be in one region. Supers. Wave charge or Spazer charge would be plenty of damage with this many missiles and supers. The regular missile count's actually super low, but their super count's pretty strong. Yeah, this is Eddie and Torian. So Zeb's going to have the Norfair map, as well as a Fantoon kill. So let's see what kind of Fantoon fight we get. only need a 3 round. It helps if you can do the 2 round, but that's really hard. There's also like different kinds of 2 rounds. So Mother Brain, Dragon, and no majors. So it's sure looking good for Zeb. Where does this reset go? No, just upper room. Where's the next reset go? Into Brinstar. It is important to have that reset set up on Eddie's side. So Zeb has majors to collect. But now that we've seen all the maps, we know that the route is you come to Norfair for Fantoon, you get enough items to kill Ridley here, and then get Ridley on the way back through Criteria, and then go up to Brinstar and Torium. That's just the final route that everyone takes in this scene. And Zeb is already on it, but needs to plan out how to get like charge or more supers. Eddie in Norfair. Zeb going for the laggy skip. You react better to the lag when you intentionally cause it to happen. Oh no. So what do we have? X-ray. Vanilla location. Nice. Yeah, so maybe they're not as far apart as I was thinking. Because Eddie has the Brinstar and Torian maps. Torian map doesn't matter much. Eddie's also up a super pack. Wonder if he is playing for ammo from here then. Because 35-25, you only need one more super pack. And he's gonna get the Fantoon kill just right here. What is Zeb doing? Now we get to see Eddie's Fantoon fight. Very strong air Doppler. I think we're more likely to see 2 rounds from Eddie. So I'm thinking of this as the new decision breaking point divergence plays. Is all these majors that Zeb is going to collect. Because it seems like he's looking for a charge right now after seeing how many majors were here in Norfair. And there it is. Zeb doesn't know about the bowling plasma. But this would be a pretty nice situation to get that plasma. Ice. Fire bombs. Because these items aren't a friendly Ridley fight. Like, it's still hard enough that you can make a mistake and just die. There's not going to be any beams here in Norfair. We've seen the other 2 beams. Ah, but there's various suit. Okay. So the next few moments are going to be interesting. Eddie can do Ridley right now. Unless he does decide to skip this super pack. Baby skip led us to X-ray. Losing all of your energy like this is kind of rough because you need to get it back. But Zeb is just going to be on his way to Ridley. There's a major behind Ridley. I'm not sure what his thoughts are going to be on that. Lower bowling with the power on is a good bit slower. But the major there is plasma, so it would be worth picking up. The thing is, Ice Wave Charge is pretty strong for damage. Like it doesn't make any fight too slow, and with 20 supers, you can just use your ammo to clear most of the energy off of things. Then you even get a nice super refill here with the Cax. So yeah, Eddie still has the map information, Brinstar and Dorian. That's why this is closer than it seems. But he needs to figure out how to deal with the bosses. And his current energy situation. Zeb needs to do like 30 missiles worth of damage in charge shots. The beam does 180. So it's not even... It's not too many shots. This is an okay farm spot that Eddie found. You get all his energy back. Zeb also needs to get his ammo back after the Ridley fight here. But also still has a lot of exploring to do. This is Mission Impossible on Eddie's side. Going for the peak. Power bombs. Trapped himself in. Gonna lose a few seconds to the hockey tower. Oh, there's an ammo refill right behind Ridley. That's convenient. It's already halfway to the bowling items. So why not continue? So this is gonna be really good for Zeb. Gonna have full beam combo. Oh, there's even supers here. So Eddie could actually just go for the Ridley fight and have enough ammo to finish Mother Brain too. But yeah, it's looking really good for Zeb. The Varia finds, like not a huge deal. Same with full beam, it's not a huge deal. He's just closer to the end of the game right now. When you have mostly supers, the Ridley fight without Varia, it goes really fast, so you don't need that much energy. They have a lot of E-tanks. They have about double what you would need for this amount of ammo. But if Eddie goes after the majors in Norfair, then doesn't really have a chance. Because the problem is that Zeb got to these majors first. And was just on the better route overall. Then I think if we compare the two's play, Zeb was also playing cleaner. like more directly went to where he wanted to go next and had fewer resource issues. So that's a charge. There is an ice down here. Okay. In the same room as Ice Beam. Not gonna get it. And Zeb's already in a Bridstar. Once he gets this map, he'll know where to go. And then the Torian map was near the start, I think. Yeah, Eddie dying in Lava Dive. It looked like he wanted to keep the Wave Beam, the way he was running out with it. But taking that death put him closer to Brinstar, and that's when he kind of switched. So I am wondering if he would have done more or less the same route as Zeb without that death. But if that were the case, then Zeb was still ahead at that point. I think he's been playing cleaner too. Today on Speedgaming, we have busy weekend. Super 16's going on the main channel. We have lots of map rando today. So we have this upper bracket match between Zeb and Eddie going on right now. You're watching it, in fact. And then there's also a Taemin Kaizenton race starting in 25 minutes, looks like. Later on, we have Baron versus Linux on SG4. It's at 6. And then tonight is Moan Super Sponge. That's been your schedule update. Come back in to watch this Ridley fight that Eddie's doing. Did not get Various Suit. Various Suit's not that important to have in this seed, with the amount of E-tanks they have and the amount of supers. And Eddie knows that Charged Plasma is here behind Ridley. I took a really bad hit. And that's actually a reset. So the Ridley fight... he needs to get his health up. The Ridley fight... when you do 30 supers, it's more on script than a 25 super fight. Yeah, he's confident in this much energy, doesn't even need to refill to full. You just have to spend more time shooting missiles, and that gives Ridley more time to go off script. This is the super. This is the super. Took a hit. Dragon's here in Torian, pretty close to Mother Brain. So Zeb gonna be taking this one. You do want to be very practiced at your Ridley fights in map random. And he probably knows he's done. His route didn't work. And taking some resets to Ridley here. And the seed started fairly fast, too. giving you gravity and all the miners that you could want. So that is Dragon down. Zeb with full beam plus Varia for both suits. Full beam both suits, 25 supers. Taking a safety save. Walking over the safety save, never mind. Normally they're fast enough that you just take it on the way. Not today. Eddie is dead again. Kind of seemed like he took a hit there before getting grabbed. But you need more than 100 on the grab. It's more like 150. Okay, Zeb into him on the brain. Uh, 22 supers is most of the fight because supers do double damage. So they're going to be stronger than charge shots, even with full beam. So Zeb is through. But this is just the first game of a best of 3, and we are still in the upper bracket. We're going to be playing all 3 games in a row. Game 2 will be right after this. I was going to switch out with WX Fan. Yeah, it looks like a clear... Zeb in the clear. Shouldn't have any trouble with this escape. And certainly well ahead of Eddie. But they're not playing for elimination at all, and still have lots of races left. So Eddie can make a comeback in game 2 and 3. The map. So, there is that path where you go through Norfair to get your criteria, and then there's also the path through Wreck Ship to get your criteria. Zeb's going through the Wreck Ship one. It is possible, when you have options like that, that one way is not obviously faster than the other. So we'll see what his timer is like when he gets to the ship to know. Oh, passing by Ridley again. To know if this was like the intended path or not. Basically, you take the starting amount of time that it gives, and then you should end with 50% of that because that's the leniency, and they should be able to play towards the expected fastest time with no leniency. But yeah, 43 minutes. Zeb 8 seconds from the ship. Seems hard to get to the ship. It is going to be connected to top of West Ocean here. Actually, failed the escape. That's rare. Failing the escape timer is about 140. It's really costly to fail the escape. Because this is like 2 minutes of running. Probably a bit more. So especially in a way where your timer just runs out. And you're giving up all that time. But he's gonna run it back. I don't know if there's intent to change the route. As I was saying, you should make it comfortably to the ship. And when you don't is when... That's another reset. If you don't, then that probably means that you took the wrong route. And that's when you want to look at the other options that you have. Heading into the Dragon fight. What is it? 2 more failed escapes, and Eddie's back in this. Going back through your right ship. Pretty good ideas coming into Coliseum. It's a bit hard. Especially at high speeds, Coliseum, that's tough. Dragon down. So what was it, 120? Not gonna think too hard about that. Eddie didn't end up getting plasma. He didn't keep X-ray either. So those would have been pretty nice for Dragon into Mother Brain. Now he has to farm a whole lot. So getting plasma would have been faster than this. Zeb's still short on time. Got a proper explosion this time. Waited out that extra second. Eddie gonna give us a spike suit because he doesn't have ice. And there's not a good runaway for speed Zeb's cut. So this race, actually, I'm looking kind of not perfect on both sides. Both could have been playing better. If only Eddie knew about the ice beam in the room that he was in, Big Pink. If he had plasma, he wouldn't need to do this, you think? It's starting to look like if he got plasma after Ridley, could have just been ahead. With how much trouble Zeb is having with this escape. Again, failing the escape should mean that you took the unintended route. So Eddie has his spike suit. And is going to use that to speed Zeb skip. some energy back. He doesn't have Varia, so has to be careful about dying to Rainbow Beam. Let's make it through. Zeb again with a reset. Now we're close. So 20 supers is gonna be 2/3 of the fight. Charge Spazer. That would be Spazer SBAs. Golden Shower. For better damage. Oh, that's actually very risky, so I don't know if he actually wants to do that. When you're really worried about your energy, at least when I am, I don't do the SBA. But it would be faster than just charge Spazer shots. Okay. I don't know if Zeb's on a new route or not, but what he was doing hasn't been working. This is the chance that Eddie needs. Yeah, the shutters aren't going to be here in the escape sequence. This is how we first got into Wreck Ship, taking the top entrance, because it puts you by the map. Mud Brain down for Eddie. So if Zeb doesn't make it, Eddie will be ahead, but then has to figure out the escape. So you're back in criteria. And look at that. It puts you right at the ship. Oh yeah, 26 seconds left this time. So this is the intended route. Zeb spots it in the end. Does make it out. And takes the win in game 1. GG to Zeb. And it did look like Zeb played better overall, but had a lot of struggle with the escape. It's just Eddie had so many other problems in this scene. Ridley, the Mother Brain ammo situation, not routing, not picking the right route, like Zeb did. Just could afford to make all these escape mistakes. Yeah, let's see how Eddie does. The trick is to see the route. But this is one of the trickier escapes, as you can see. There's 2, maybe 3 routes that look possible to get to the ship in time. And Zeb was picking one that got him 1 room away. He could probably get to the door. Like, if he ran that back again, he probably gets to the door easy. But then needs another 3 seconds to get to the ship. But you're actually meant to take this farther right criteria entrance that takes you directly to the ship. And Eddie sees it and actually gets the first try escape. So overall, they're 2 minutes apart. So actually pretty close. Pretty close in the end. But that'll be it for game 1. Zeb taking the lead. First game win. It's a best of 3. They're going to be playing all 3 games today. And game 2 is going to start right after a little break. They haven't started yet, so we are still setting up. So be a good little over 10 minutes. We'll take a little break while that gets started up, and you can continue watching the series. So see you in a bit.
Alright, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Speed Gaming fans. I'm WXFan21. Welcome to Race 2 between Zeb and Eddie. This is going to be fun. I was told that apparently somebody had absolutely no idea how to plan the escape because they went in that room. So somebody's already up 1-0, but could very well be down 1-0. Zeb on the left, Eddie on the right. This is going to be a banger. Hope game 1 was great. I got you on commentary throughout now to maybe midnight. We'll see. A lot of tournament action going on today. So we'll see how this works out. Starting out at Old Mother Brain Room here to the left. We'll see if this pans out here for the racers. And it's going to pan out by having an energy tank. So hopefully you all are having a great day. Hopefully you all are ready for this game 2. I'm hoping for a game 3 personally. Would love to see game 3 between these two amazing racers. Well, screw attack. That puts Gauntlet into logic. So again, folks, I'm WXFan21. Lunatic Moth on the tracking gimmick. Big shout out to Aussie, I believe, for commentary on game 1. Zeb and Eddie both going to Old Mother Brain. They're gonna get their Morph Ball. Zeb out to an early lead, but it's because Zeb apparently doesn't like saving. Oh, would you look at that? It's West Ocean. What a surprise. Kids, Zeb, I don't think he's gone back to the ship once. Eddie is saved twice, which is good. Good for pivot saves, good for everyone around. And we get our first super missiles of the seed. Zeb's going to head to the left, which is going to require logical supers. So we'll see where this goes. Zeb now going to peek the West Ocean and find their first missile. And that's not going to be a room Zeb's going to want to go through, so... See, it's very early. Eddie's also going to go back to the right. Does not want anything to do with that Speed Torian room. Zeb up to the top of West Ocean, and are we going to see Sky Missiles prove to be a pivotal item in this scene? Zeb finds their first power bombs. Going to head up here to early supers check location, and it will be a wave beam. Everyone wave to the wave, high to the wave beam. So I'm gonna peek this right door, find Mama Turtle. Eddie right behind. Zeb wants to, at the very least, peek what Mama Turtle item is. Can't get there. You don't have the movement tech to get the top item. You can get the wall item. And it's gonna be bombs. So Zeb knows exactly where bombs are. Eddie's gonna go to sky missiles. Eddie gets the jump. Can he get the item? Yes, he can, and it's just another energy tank. This is 3 energy tanks early, folks. That's rather interesting, honestly. Heated runs could be in logic here. Again, Zeb out to an early lead. These are 2 elite racers. Zeb316 and Eddie, both top 10 rando runners. And now in a best of 3, with Eddie being down 1-0. We're gonna see what's up next. Eddie's gonna be able to grab some information here. Zeb grabs their 3rd energy tank. Eddie's also gonna be looking to get the mock ball to get to Mama Turtle to get their energy tank. They're gonna peek their bombs. Bomb Terizo has high jump. That puts bombs in logic, I think. I'm gonna be really impressed if Eddie can pull off bombs with this. Yeah. Aussie is correct. That's why I corrected myself. High jump is not enough to reach bombs. I didn't think so. So at least now we got some ammo. Zeb, 5 missiles, 5 supers, 5 power bombs, and I don't believe it! Eddie executes an out-of-logic power bomb jump to get bombs. Nicely done from Eddie. Somebody give that man a cookie. Nicely done from Eddie. We'll see if bombs can, at the end of this, get Eddie the advantage. There's Spring Ball. High jump Spring Ball, I believe, now puts in bombs in logic. No. Aussie making a good point that IBJ is probably the next progression. These racers have gone as far as they could. IBJ to the top right of landing site is probably where the seed wants them to go. And Eddie is going to be the first one to get there, having gotten their bombs. So this will, at least for now, put Eddie in the lead. Sing the songs, folks. Listen, Super Metro has some banging music. All right, Eddie, here we go. So Eddie doesn't have Spring Ball. Zeb does. Let's see if that pays off for them. There's Gravity Suit. So much for Spring Ball paying off. Bang! You know what Eddie just said? F you a Spring Ball. Eddie don't need your Spring Ball gimmicks. Eddie says, give me gravity. Alright, with Eddie getting the pancakes, what do you think, everybody? What are your favorite type of pancakes? Mine would have to be fresh blueberry pancakes with fresh blueberries. If not, definitely chocolate chip. Eddie is now going to head back out over to the left, back out to Gauntlet and West Ocean. I did not want this to be a debate between waffles and pancakes. Both are very delicious. Love to see all the pancake fans. Zeb takes a save and a refill at the ship. Eddie to Invisible Road. And there's Lava Dive. Where was Spring Ball if this is Lava Dive? Eddie's reset. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh boy. So where was Spring Ball? Chat, this is not helping. I want lunch. Right cubby of West Ocean. Thank you. Well, Zeb's Spring Ball does put Zeb back in the lead. But again, anything can happen. Alright, let's see what Zeb gets over here at Missiles. Zeb's stream has frozen. Eddie's gonna hang out with the baby Metroid. Zeb finds an energy refill station. Zeb is ahead. Chat is correct. Eddie executing a beautiful baby skip. And Zeb getting the criteria map station. No! It's time to fight the bleeping space elephant. The giant floating eyeball. Let's go! It's Fantoon. I'm gonna go with a fast mid here for Zeb. So much for a fast pattern. Spiffy says, nah, slow for Zeb. Plot armor for Eddie. There you go. Nice battle from Zeb. Zeb's lead continuing to build over Eddie. Again, Zeb's already up 1-0 in this best of 3. After somebody apparently failed the escape 4 times. More to criteria. We got a big criteria here. There's Ridley, a Major, Norfair, Wrecked Ship. A lot of areas. Can't even get to Norfair. You need speed to get there. What a massive criteria. So the racers are going to have to come back here for Ridley. We will see how quick Eddie can get to Fantoon and defeat Fantoon. And Zeb's also found Meridia, so criteria being a big part of this completely. And immediately to the map station goes Zeb. Gotta love those super close, quick map stations. Aqueduct with a missile and a holodot. And Mother Brain! For those of you who have absolutely no idea and have never seen Map Rando before, first of all, welcome. Second of all, head over to maprando.com and try one of these seeds out. Put in your comfort level and whatever you want to play. It's very customizable. Third of all, let me explain to you the map. So, every area is connected by a letter. So, criteria has purple on the map. N is Norfair that has red. Meridia is M and blue. Wrecked Ship is W and yellow. Torian is T and orange. Brinstar is B and green. And those are obviously your sectors. They're all jumbled up. Mother Brain locked behind the G4 gates. Bosses are the objective in this tournament. And not only that, folks. On the map, you will see dots. Those are always going to be missiles. Hollow dots are supers, power bombs, energy tanks, or reserve tanks. And the golden dots are majors. The winner of this tournament is going to have a statue in their honor that is going to be put into whatever part of the map of their choice. Okay, I'm totally kidding about that, but still. Eddie and Zeb finding Charge Beam, or Zeb's about to find Charge. Anachromium is taking my joke a little bit too far, but I really like the idea of replacing the G4 with a statue of the winner. I like it. Considering a map rando, we don't use the G4 room for anything. I still want to know when the rest of the Star Trek DLC is going to come for sprites. Picard, Worf, Crusher, Cisco, LaForge, Data. Where are the rest of the Star Trek sprites to go along with the Enterprise? Zeb and the wreck ship is now massively gaining on Eddie. Zeb's lead is growing. Broxic, the answer to your question is no. I do not believe that you can get through Croc Speedway the way that the map is laid out right now. And it looks like a fast for Eddie. Just missing the last super. Zeb is actually going to head back to Criteria. Eddie defeats Fantoon. Zeb heads back down. Plenty of energy tanks to do these heated runs. Into the first part of Kraid's lair goes Zeb. Eddie's going to get the map info as well. Going to find Wrigley and make a play, hopefully for Eddie, to the wrecked ship. Zeb finding Amphitheater in the Kraid's closet door. And Zeb finds the toilet. Zeb gonna take the free energy refill. And Eddie is also gonna do the same thing Zeb did. Very linear paths for both of these racers so far. Eddie's gonna get the map station, gonna get the mother brain information. No majors in Meridian. Into the Firefleas room goes Zeb. We'll see what Firefleas has for an item. And it is gonna be X-Ray! Not a fantastic item, but the racers aren't gonna say no. There's Speed Booster that chat's talking about. Zeb gets speed. This seed could be over. And Zeb's screen froze. Again. Do we gotta start a GoFundMe for Zeb? Somebody get this man a better, what do you call it? Better graphics card, better processor, better something. Better internet. Listen, we gotta start a GoFundMe to do something for this. That's 2 pauses already from Zeb. Doesn't Zeb's internet know that there's a race going on? Let's go! Donate to the prize pool for Zeb to win. Nicely done, Aussie. Zeb is flying, high-fiving through the door where Zeb and Eddie. Zeb continues to build on his lead. On to East Ocean. Again, these are two titans here of map randos. Of Super Metroid Rando in general. Zeb, top 10. Eddie, top 10. Zeb now into Norfair, which Speed Booster has a nice way back to Criteria. Finds Golden Chorizo. I mean Golden Torizo. No, not Chorizo. I'm hungry. I'm gonna have to start a GoFundMe for my lunch. I heard it was the tracker's job to feed the commentary team. I'm just kidding, Moth. Zeb finds Cathedral, finds a missile. Zeb needs to refill here. You don't know how much one of the heated rooms are going to be here. 5 energy tanks. All jokes aside about the GoFundMe, Zeb is a several minute lead ahead of Eddie right now. And is Varia suit away from Go mode. If you like what you're seeing, make sure you give the racers a follow. Exclamation point R in the Twitch chat. Go follow these amazing racers. If you want to follow the commentary and tracking teams, exclamation point C. Also, if you love what you're watching, give us a thumbs up in the Twitch chat. And on behalf of everyone in the Map Rando tournament, thank you all for tuning in and watching. This was an amazing race. We appreciate it. Zeb finds 2 majors. One's a gauntlet, one's to the left. Both gauntlets are actually here. Alright, well, we'll see. Eddie's gonna get their X-ray. And if you have watched the Dash Randomizer tournament, playoffs for that start next week. The playoff bracket is set. And not only that, folks, I am going to be doing a special Swiss Stage recap and playoff preview on my Twitch channel tomorrow night, 8 p.m. DJ Webb is going to be joining me for a special look at our Dash Randomizer tournament and playoff preview. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Eastern. I know there are a lot of you I see in chat that have been watching both tournaments, so it's going to be a ton of fun. I may do something as well. I'll talk to the admins in this tournament as we get closer to the semifinals and finals, previewing our double bracket stage. A nice space jump for Zeb. Still not Go mode. Zeb is a Varia suit away from Go mode. Eddie is thinking about where to go next. Winner of this game advances to the semifinals in the upper bracket. Loser heads down to the lower bracket. Zeb needs to be careful. Still no Varia suit, and that acid hurts. Zeb's get every movement item in the game, with the exception of Grapple Beam. Is the back of Gauntlet going to contain Grapple, Ice, or Spazer? Or is it the Varia suit for Zeb that he really needs and will pick up some more missiles along the way here in Terminator? Zeb's still 3 bosses to defeat, so does Eddie. We know we know Ridley is hanging out in Criteria. And it's Spacer Beam! Unfortunate. No Varia suit in Norfair. Zeb's gonna have to go elsewhere. Like maybe to a Panera to get some decent internet, Zeb! This guy. At least Twitch chat's laughing. Thanks, Hockey. Appreciate that. Does that mean I can go back to Zeb's 4 missed attempts of escaping game 1? Zeb flying up red tower. That's a double interesting connector. If you both saw the double Bs, that's... I don't know. That's really interesting. Alright. So we got a possible double Bryn door. Zeb finding X-ray room. Eddie finally finding plasma beam. Alright, Big Pink could pay off, no pun intended, big for Zeb here. Again, Zeb is on a hunt for either 2 more super packs or Varia suit. And if Zeb is gonna do Ridley Varialess, then Zeb's gonna need at minimum 1 more energy tank for the Mother Brain fight. There's Dragon. Second item, Main Street Major. Okay, we got 2 majors and 3 majors in Bryn. But what's even more interesting about those items, we don't know which is Varia. So Zeb's gonna have to, by process of elimination, go and check every item. Hopefully comes across Varia first. We still haven't seen Kraid. So I believe the last area we haven't seen is Torian. And it's most likely that that is where Kraid is going to be hiding. Okay, Ice Beam. Much better. The preferred Zeb skip over Speed Booster. When you're playing the game regularly, where Torian isn't shuffled up throughout the map, you have enough of a length to short charge to get a Shine Spark stored to be able to do a Speed Zeb skip. Map Rando, you may not have that luxury. So if you... That's why Ice Beam's the preferred item to have for Zeb skip for Mother Brain. Zeb going to take on Dragon. Now what you're seeing from Zeb is called microwaving. Charge plasma beam on certain enemies like Dragon and Fantoon allows you to microwave them a heck of a lot faster. Botwoon as well. And what that does is the plasma beam doing damage per frame, and by using X-ray, it's actually literally damaging them per frame as the beam goes through the enemy. But always as a friendly PSA, don't microwave seafood at work. I mean, listen, if you want to microwave seafood in your own house, you're more than welcome to. It's your house. I may or may not have, many years ago, learned the lesson about not microwaving seafood at home. Did not smell pleasant in the hallway. There you go, hockey. Hockey with the bedisms. And my apologies earlier, hockey was more of a, I was just having fun, a little troll. There's Varia! Zeb is officially in go mode. And there is a very good possibility that Zeb is going to, I don't want to say crush Eddie, but Zeb's probably going to crush Eddie 2-0. Because right now, Zeb is, I want to say about 4 or 5 minutes ahead as a base. Zeb's already gone through, he's beat Dragon, he's checked 2 majors, he has Ice and Varia. And we know the last major for the upper left of Brinstar was Grapple Beam. Again, as I've said before, Zeb and Eddie are 2 of the top 10 players in the world in terms of Super Metroid Rando, in my opinion. Both racers do tend to sometimes get higher seeds in tournaments, and both racers showing us why this was one of the marquee matchups of this week. And Zeb has the map knowledge, so think about it this way. Zeb has seen all areas, with the exception of Torian. Eddie also has the map info, but Eddie is several minutes behind Zeb at this point. And it's nothing Eddie even did wrong. This route has been super linear. Both racers taking the same exact route. Eddie looking to microwave Dragon as well. Zeb finds Torian. And folks, allow me to fill you in on what else is happening today. Super Metroid Map Randomizer. Game 3, should it be needed, is right after this. Starting at 6 p.m. Eastern. Baron of Red versus iLunix. That is a best of 3. That's back to back to back. Which is pretty cool. And then starting at 9 p.m. Eastern, Mo versus Super Sponge. And that is happening 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. At 8 p.m. Eastern, one of the last qualifiers for the Super Metroid Any Percent tournament. Salty Pigeon and I got you on commentary for that on the main Speedgaming channel. And again, 9 p.m. Eastern, Mo versus Super Sponge best of 3. Tomorrow, Path versus Nito. 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And then the final game, the third game, Nitro versus Simo. Game 3. 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Zeb on to Kraid. Eddie is going to check the other two majors first. He's going to come across Grapple. And this is finally the big first route divergence we've seen here. And David, I agree with you. The new Twitch setup is not the greatest, but we'll get used to it. Spiffy Thomas, who I see hanging out in Twitch chat. Games 1 and 2 versus Smellin. Monday night, 7 p.m. Eastern. Tons of fun, and then they'll do Game 3 on Tuesday. MM2 Nest Cartridge versus Oopla. Best of 3 Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern. Tons of map rando action for you all. And Eddie finally finding Varia suit. Eddie now in go mode, but is it too little too late? Zeb back in Criteria. On the way to Ridley. Plenty of energy. Let's see what Zeb can do. So interestingly enough, Mother Brain, both racers have the info where Mother Brain is. In Meridia. The question is, how long do you think the escape timer is going to be? We'll get to those predictions soon. Yes, the Metroid Prime 2 Randomizer tournament is happening as well. A lot of Metroid action here during the summer. You'll love to see it. Nice fast Ridley fight from Zeb. There is another best of 3 going on right now. It's just not being restreamed. That's Timon versus Kissington. Alright, Zeb is making his way over to Mother Brain. Eddie is making his way through Torian. I don't know, did Eddie skip creative? All right. For those of you that have never seen, and I don't want to assume you all just hang out here all day just watching tons of Metroid action, Mother Brain has a couple of interesting quality of life changes. Super missiles do double damage to Mother Brain. There is no Mother Brain cutscene. Cutscene between Mother Brain 2 and 3, and there is no Mother Brain 3. So, Mother Brain also, the game looks for Varia Suit being on as the deciding factor of 300 damage per Rainbow Beam or 600 damage. If on 300, if off 600, we don't have Varia at 600. Zeb defeats Mother Brain 2, is done, gains access to every item in the game. And this is going to be a ton of fun. 3 minutes, 5 seconds. What? So generous of this game. We'll see if 3 minutes proves to be the factor here, because I think they could probably get out of here in about a minute and a half, minute 45. Again, with Zeb at the escape, give us a thumbs up, Twitch chat, if you have enjoyed this best of 3. We want to hear from you. Love to see all the thumbs up. And if you want to hang around next weekend and watch some more Metroid map rando, if you thought this best of 3 was 2 Titans going at it, wait till next Saturday. It's Aussie versus Oats and Goats, upper bracket quarterfinal match. That is going to be an amazing matchup. Hockey is correct. Maybe it is going to take 3 minutes to escape. My goodness, Mother Brain was far away from the ship. Zeb back at the invisible road. Okay, 3 minutes is definitely appropriate. Wow, this was far away. It did not seem like Mother Brain was that far away from the ship. My goodness. And here we go, Zeb launching out a gauntlet, and there it is. Zeb defeats Eddie 2-0. GG's to the runners. What a clinic put on by Zeb and by Eddie. Eddie at Mother Brain as well is going to finish the seed. The racers are here. If you're listening to me, come on up, racers. Get the racers to come on up. We're gonna talk game 1, we're gonna talk game 2, What a best of 3. Again, if you enjoyed that, make sure you give the runners a follow, ! R in the Twitch chat. Give them a follow. You want to follow the commentary and tracking team? You're more than welcome to do that, ! C to do that. And if you want to learn more, maybe you want to get involved. Track, hang out, ! SGL24 SMR. Again, ! SGL24 SMR. And that will get you access. Last link, the bottom of the Discord. And there they are. It's Zeb and Eddie. GG Zeb, congrats on your 2-0 victory.
Yeah, GG to Eddie. Just want to say that I just passed Eddie in race time points, and now I've taken a pretty commanding lead after this 2-0.
Hey. I could DQ you. I'm just letting you know that. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
What? Unsportsmanlike conduct. 15 yards.
Actually, I've been the one initiating all the trash talk in the beginning.
I like it. Please, by all means, I'll shut up. Keep going.
Okay. But Zeb and I were actually talking about both seeds. I don't think we talked about the second seed right away, so we can discuss that if you want. We can rehash the first seed after.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yep. So that second seed, we were talking a bit in the race room about it. So it sounds like Eddie did that powerbomb bounce to get bombs, which I waited on actually getting the power bombs. I checked Mama Turtle first and checked the right item and saw that bombs was there before backing out, so I didn't even have power bombs to attempt it. But yeah, I think that probably gave you a small lead at the beginning. I still felt pretty good about my early game because I managed to avoid...
Yeah, check the screen, Zeb.
Yep, I see it. It's pretty good.
Okay, sorry.
My gosh, no.
But I felt pretty good about the early game because I managed to avoid the pirates room. The escape room is at 3.
Yeah, the one where you spark up of not Behemoth Spark, but yeah, before Leodox.
Yeah, I felt pretty good managing to avoid that, and then like getting high jump, getting spring ball. After seeing the bombs, I was all like, okay, I kind of need to go get those bombs and then go to the top right. Like that just is what the seed is telling me to do. So
yeah. So in my head, what I was thinking, we knew about the escape room because it looks like we both checked it before we headed back to the right. I kind of like didn't realize we got wave and the gate, right? So I thought I cleared almost everything, but so in my head, the only thing I'm thinking about that's left is past that escape room. And so what I was saying is, if you guys saw my cam, you probably thought I was like popping off a little bit because I took the bombs that I got out of logic, and I was thinking this is probably a can fly to get to the top right, and the world looks like it extends out to the bottom left. So it's kind of a risk because obviously like I could just go top right, bomb jump up there, and then like kind of essentially like get locked by something that I can't do. But I got that, and then I got the gravity, and I'm like, oh, this is great, right? So in my head, past the escape room is probably something like grapple or I guess spring ball, right? To kind of put those bombs in logic essentially. And I was thinking, oh, this is so efficient because Zeb would have had to go through all those pirates, get that item, and then come all the way back. And I'm just gonna like, not have to do that twice. And then I went left, and then I saw lava dive. I'm like, what? And then I had to check my map, and I saw that I missed that gap over there. I thought about abandoning it, thinking that it was going to be essentially a way to get the bombs.
Yep.
That was most likely what it was. So I was thinking about abandoning it, but if it's like space jump and I have to play the rest of the seed without that versus you, that would be kind of bad.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I have to.
Could it technically be Varia too? Because we had high jump and that would get you through the lava dive?
Yes, I think so. Yeah, there was a lot of things I think it could be. So it wasn't just that. It was just I was thinking like I can't abandon that essentially. Yeah, so I felt kind of bad, and then I'm like, okay, well, I guess I lost time now in this early game. I don't know how much it was, but I'm sure it was like a little bit, a good chunk of time. But yeah, I mean, even if I didn't mess up this escape, you saved a lot of time on me. I thought my route was pretty decent, so I'm a little surprised. I'm wondering how it kind of panned out for you exactly.
Yeah, so I think that we You said that you went to Fantoon early. I did too. I'm guessing that's like before finding charge. You just go straight down. You
So
find the save,
I
and then you go down.
was getting ready to do it on 3 tanks.
Yep, I did it on 3 tanks.
So you did do it. Oh, so you got there
Because
faster
there was a
than me.
save there. I just like found the save.
We did the save, but I was afraid of not being able to. Once I saw the broken save room and I knew Fantoon was down there, I was a little concerned because I'm not.
I didn't see the broken save room.
You didn't. You just went straight. So I was a little concerned because I actually don't know how much health we need to get back up on 3 tank. I was a little concerned that like I would go and I would do Fantoon, I would do all of that, and then we don't find another E tank, and I wasn't sure if 3 tanks was enough to get from the bottom to the top with relatively clean movement. I'm not sure if you know off the top of your head. I assume it's probably possible, but I wasn't sure.
I figured it was pretty easy to do that. I felt like with 2 tanks maybe it would be kind of tight, but with 3 tanks it just seems pretty not difficult to me to get back up.
Really up? Because it takes a long time to like bomb jump.
Yeah, it takes a while.
Well, I guess we have spring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That I wasn't sure. I wasn't positive, so I decided to check the doors in Business Center, and we got 2 tanks out of it.
Oh,
yeah. So
yeah, I checked those doors after, so I got those 2 tanks after going down and back up.
So you got it after. That's definitely a time save. It's not like the most insane time save though, but it is a time save because I blind checked like border, but you probably got the same items anyway.
Yeah, I think it's probably. I felt pretty good about going into Meridia, instantly finding the map and seeing Mother Brain there.
Yeah,
like that kind of was nice. It's like, okay, I didn't need to like search this map out, and this map is like right next to where Fantoon was, so like you kind of need the other map. So I felt pretty good about that.
Yeah, we both did that. You have to. It's just right there, so you just kind of have to. So
yeah, I felt kind of weird about like there being a major up, but like going down anyway. But you just have to, like you said, it's right there.
Yeah, because it's too far to go the other way, and you have to go through heat. I assume the only thing I got from Meridia was the watering hole that's to the bottom left, or right to the left. That's the only thing I got from Meridia, and then I went back up.
I didn't get anything.
Okay, you just left on 3 tanks?
Yep, I just left.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I because it was watering hole, I knew there's 2 items, and it's literally the bottom left door. So I was just like, let's just grab this. So I did that.
Yeah, I thought about trying to get some hollow dots, but I was like, nah, I'm just gonna go for majors this seed.
Yeah. That's the only one I wanted. I didn't get for anything else because it's a fast one.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we go back. Then we go back into. Did you go to wreck ship immediately after? I think that's where I went.
Yeah, I think you have to. Like,
yeah, it's
you can't really go into Norfair because the speed locked from correct area, so you have to go into wreck ship.
Let me see real quick. Check the map real quick.
The seed felt very linear. Like you both never really route diverged until what? The couple of majors left over for Varia suit where you found them in Brinstar? That was really it.
I think it's not necessarily linear. I think Zeb and I kind of play similarly, mainly because like when I first learned Rando, he's the one that I asked a lot of questions.
Oh, well, there you go.
I feel like we kind of, in a lot of ways, think kind of similarly. In this case, he's clearly a little bit more aggressive than I am. Oh yeah, you can't even get into Norfair. You're right.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
so
that.
You have to go into wreck ship right there.
Yeah.
And then,
either way, I mean, it's like right there. It's the one right there, so you kind of have to go there anyway. Okay, so after we go into wreck ship,
the map, you get the speed, you get all of that. You get the X-ray, I think it was. X-ray speed.
Yes.
Was plasma there, or was plasma somewhere else?
No, I'm looking. I think it's. No, that might Is that plasma and speed? That might be plasma and speed. Is that Firefleet?
Oh no, it was X-ray at Firefleet.
It was
so
X-ray.
X-ray at Firefleet. Yep.
Okay, and then you go straight into Norfair from there.
Yep, you go straight into Norfair.
Speed was mouth.
Got it.
Trying to remember what was in Norfair because
we go right into Parlor. Did you find the save in Parlor? It's just directly to the left. I assume that's the first item, the first thing you found.
Yep, I found the save, but
so we gun it for the map.
It.
We gun it for the map. We find Edekun's room. I go left to just make sure that I'm not gonna like get stuck in a really bad situation, and then we turn around and we go down the map and go grab the map.
I actually went down Bubble Mountain first and got plasma before checking the map, but I probably should have checked the map first.
Yeah, okay.
But
then we go up. I think
same
we
thing, though, basically.
check Pirate Shaft. It's Spazer, so then we just go back.
Yeah, I found the Spazer and the Space Jump.
Space Jump is bottom left. Yeah.
Yep,
And then we got the Space Jump.
I got Space Jump first, and then I went over. I didn't scout it. I didn't like lay the power bomb and then check it. I just like went for the item, and I was kind of disappointed with the Spacer.
Oh, really? You just went for the item? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah, I scouted it and turned around.
Density of good items was pretty high there, and scouting it takes a little bit, but
okay.
I probably should have scouted it. It probably would have been a little better.
I think I like the
still had
scout.
Spacer left.
It worked out in this case, but yeah, I get what you're saying. The odds. Then we get space, and then we go straight into Turian. No. We went to Bryn after, right?
Yep, you go to Bryn
yeah,
after.
Bryn. I remember thinking about going to Turian, but I was like, we can't do that. That's too.
Yeah, I mean,
we want to go the other way.
If
you're playing for the ultimate run, then sure, but yeah.
But it just felt too risky to go into.
Yep. Okay, so then at that point we go straight to the map, to the right. We find Dre. We get the major over there, which that might have been plasma.
That was ice.
That was ice.
Plasma was at Bubble Mountain.
Okay, got it. Okay, so we get the major. We have to decide, like, are we doing Dre here or we're gonna grab the item? We definitely grab the item first so that we have more firepower against Dre. And we want Varia at this point, especially you, because I was getting kind of close with my health, but you obviously probably had less. Kill Dre.
I think we both had 5 E-tanks from what I saw, so.
Okay.
Not sure what you got, but.
Okay. Oh yeah, because you got the tanks on the way back. Okay. Did you get baited by metal pirates? I thought about it for a second. I'm like, no, that doesn't connect.
Nope, I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. So then we turn around, and then first thing I check is Main Street, and then I don't check the major. I would have, if we had a lot of majors, I would have checked it before going through the bottom. But because at that point we could deduce it's Varia, so then we just go straight and grab it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you checked Main Street first or you got the.
Nope. I went straight into bowling first.
Oh, you did. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't go into bowling because I knew which item I wanted, and I figured I could check the Main Street one and then I can skip the bowling kind of one because I thought that was faster. So I went to the Main Street one, saw it was nothing. And that's nice that you went straight to bowling and then you didn't have to bother after.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that big of a difference. Maybe I probably should have gone to Main Street. Was it just in the, was it the spark item? Or was it?
No, it wasn't the spark item. It wasn't the spark item.
Okay, then yeah. I think bowling's fine then. If it was a spark item, I should have checked it right there. But...
Oh yeah, because that's really fast. The bowling item's kind of slow though, because we killed Fantoon, I think. So
yeah, it is.
I didn't want to check it. Okay, so then we head back out. We take the left Bryn Store door.
Yep.
I kind of got lucky. I didn't know which one to pick, but I picked the left one.
Yeah, I picked the left one and I went straight through GT. Like I felt like that was faster than going back down worst room in the game and going around that way. That felt like it would have been slower.
We gunned it directly to Turian, and then you and I chatted and we said we took the exact same route in Turian.
Yep.
Yeah, we're going right, and then we're like, okay, this is clearly not going to hook down backwards. Let's take the left one. There's probably a shaft that goes down or something. And
I actually checked one more door than you
did.
You did. I checked the right door in the shaft.
Got it. Okay.
But otherwise, yeah.
And then at that point, you realize like, okay, this is very unlikely to hook back. Because I think we even saw some hallways at that point, so it's like not like so. We went all the way back, found Crate, and then we gunned it straight from Mother Brain.
I hope you all are listening out there. This is literally one of the greatest breakdowns from a post game that you can ever listen to. You get behind the minds of two of the greats. Keep going, boys. This is fascinating. Yeah, you break it down.
I mean, it looks like we just did the same thing, but Zeb saved time the early game on that because I kind of botched the other game by not getting the spring ball. I made that mistake. And then it looks like Zeb was just a lot less of a coward and went straight down on 310. I mean, I'm going to do that now. But like, I didn't want to do that because there's obviously bad situations that kind of happen. Because I didn't want to get into this spot where if I'm going to have to check afterwards how much health I get out with 3 tanks. But like, I didn't want to get into a situation where I have to kill Fantoon. I get the map, I see everything. And then I have to commit to this 3 tank going up and then I die. And I'm like, that could be like devastating.
Yeah, I wasn't
But if I
checking
had
any
confidence
other
in that, I would
doors
have done it.
on the way down because I was planning on just getting the map and like possibly resetting. So I wasn't really worried. So I
Oh,
just went like straight to the bottom door and Key Hunter stairs. I like just was like, okay, I'm gonna go straight to the map, as straight to the map as I can because I've got the save.
would your opinion have changed if you checked the door on the way down and you saw the crack save? Maybe not.
Probably not at that
I
point.
saw the
I
broken save.
still
That's when I
would've-
turned. That's when I
Yeah.
reset, and then I grabbed some
Mhm.
tanks and then went down.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was just afraid of the scenario where I kill Fantoon, get map, die, and then I had to do that again, and I'm like, that's a
Mhm.
huge time loss. But yeah, it does come down to I didn't know my energy threshold for that one. Maybe so. But it seemed to work out for you, so could have known that one. It looks like otherwise we did mostly everything the same, so I mean you beat me by a lot. I did botch that escape, but
Yeah,
that's a
that was
pretty hefty
probably
time
like
loss.
a minute and a half or so, 2 minutes maybe, that you lost in that botched escape. But
Which is funny. It's weird to see like a 6-minute difference, but we did like the exact same thing. It's almost a 7-minute difference, but we did like the same thing. That's a huge time loss. Or that's a huge amount of time difference.
Speaking of botched escapes, can we go to game 1?
yeah,
Yep.
yeah,
Yep.
that was an adventure for me. I just like completely blanked that there was another way back into Criteria through Wreck Ship in that escape.
So I'm not gonna lie, I was
yeah.
on my way home. I knew I was gonna be possibly running late for game 2. I'm literally on my phone checking. I'm like, oh, Zeb's an escape. I need to get home now. And then I get back. I get in here. I get the ping. I'm like, why is my ping like 5-10 minutes late? And I'm asking Moth, and I'm like, what happened? Zeb was an escape. Moth goes, yeah, they completely forgot there was a way out that they could have gone to, and that's map rando for you, though.
That's crazy that you failed it 4 times. I can't
it
believe
just felt
it.
like I could do it. So it's like it's not like I'm like far away from like getting to the ship. I'm like one room away and then failing like every time.
That almost feels like
Right.
you're almost like disrespecting your own mechanics by
Yeah,
it's like, are you
I was
really like not good
confused.
enough to make
I
it there
was
with like
like,
30 seconds left? That's how I felt at least.
yeah, like that was. I should have checked the map like the second time because the first time I thought, okay, I must have taken the wrong route, and the second time I thought, okay, I have to go through Norfair then, and I like looked and I was like going to Norfair, and then I was like, wait, no, there's no way that's right.
Yeah.
This is just horrible. And then, yeah, like.
Yeah. So there is some stuff to say about game 1. Zeb and I were talking about this one. I think game 1 could have been really interesting if we both didn't have our shambles. It's hard to say. We'll have to go back and like kind of time how much time we lost in the other things. I suspect I lost more because I think I died to Ridley 4 times, which is
I think that's what I was told. Yeah.
Yeah, so it probably was worse than Zeb's escape. I mean, actually failing escape 4 times is pretty bad. It's hard to say, but
We also have a question from Aussie, Eddie. Speaking of, your game, Aussie wants to ask, why did you skip ice next to charge G1 and then spend 5 minutes spike suiting?
Wait, where was ice?
Ice was at charge missiles, I think.
It was at charge missiles. Okay. So we have three majors left at that point, or I had 3 majors left at that point, right? And I was 6 + 2, 40, 25. So at that point, I'm like very confident that I wasn't thinking too much about Zeb skip, but typically Zeb skip is something I can just figure out. Usually, like we can get it to work, or there's some kind of runaway or some sort of complicated movement that we can do to get a spark over there. In this case, I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get a spike suit in the spot, right? But I don't remember exactly what majors we had left, but I didn't want to potentially have to collect all 3 majors. I decided to left. This is obviously all contingent that I nailed the 6 + 2 Ridley on 40-25, which I felt very confident about that. Clearly, it didn't work out for me, but I felt very confident about that because I've done my fair share of tough Ridleys. That's the reason I didn't go for it. I guess I should have, But yeah, because I know like it's gonna be Varia. I know there's like Ice, and I know, but I don't remember what the other major was. I know there's 3 majors left at that point, but once I got charged, I just left. Because I knew Wave and Plasma. I believe Wave was behind Lava Dive, and Plasma was behind that Ridley.
Cool.
So yeah, I decided to do that. I think game 1 was really interesting, but it basically comes down to, I think Zeb and I were once again going to do the exact same thing. But what ended up happening, and I was completely fine with it, is I had the save and wreck ship, and my plan was the same as Zeb's, which is I was going to grab the wave because we had the health and we have the grab, and we had the health to do Lava Dive, get the major. So we have to go get that major, I think, right? Because it's immediately there, and then there's areas to traverse. The plan was to get the major and then go directly into Meridia and Norfair, which is what Zeb did. Meridia ended up being a huge bust, and it looked like the map was really far away, I think. So
yeah, it wasn't that far away. It was just I took a really bad route to it.
Got it. Okay,
Like,
okay.
If I had gone through the left door instead of the right door, I'd get there a lot faster.
I see. Okay.
There you
So
go.
because I had the save, and then I died, it looks like it was like, oh, that's so bad for Eddie, like, you know. But like realistically, I was like, maybe I should have just reset the wave right away, because instead of going to Norfair or Meridia, from my save, I could just go straight into Brinstar. So when I died, I was like, that's fine. And I just went to Brinstar instead because it wasn't really that far. And it's like a totally valid option. It's just at the moment we couldn't go to Brinstar because we had to go get the major. But so because I, missed the major, and I was like, well, wave isn't really that important. I took the death. Not a big deal. I wanted to go to Meridia, but it's not really a big deal. I think it's kind of just like even at that point. So that I went to Brinstar. From Brinstar, I go up to Turian and I see Dre and Mother Brain. And, it seems like it's bad, but what ends up happening in the grand scheme of things is I go down and I hit Norfair before Meridia. And at that point, I know everything and I don't have to do Meridia, and Zeb does. So that's kind of like where I can save time by going to Brinstar first, even though I see
I did get Space Jump and Spring Ball immediately from Meridia, and those were the only 2 majors. But,
okay, yeah.
So I did have like a Space Jump advantage in that one.
Yeah.
For the rest of the seed,
Yes.
but I'm not sure how big that was. Like, I think there was a little bit that was good about it. Like, I think that we had to go through an X-ray room.
Yeah. Okay.
So that there's like some places where Space Jump would be good.
Yep. As for why I didn't get Plasma, that was probably a mistake, Aussie. I probably should have gotten that Plasma. I was just too focused on finishing the game at that point. I think part of it is because my resources were 40-25, so in my head, I was thinking like I don't need to get like anything, but there was not a good way to actually farm those resources back up, which kind of sucks. I just kind of assumed that I'll be able to efficiently farm it up on the way there, but I did pause, and as I was going on the way there, I like didn't see anything. There was an ammo refill, but it was pretty far.
Had you killed Dragon already at that point before setting on Plasma?
No, I didn't.
Okay, yeah, then I think that probably Plasma's good because I think you probably have X-ray.
I think I reset it. I had to do an ammo kill. I did speed an ammo kill, and I actually entered with like 180 HP, so I didn't get to do multiple work. Yeah, I think I did 2.
Yeah, you can.
It was relatively clean for what I had, but I did realize as I was fighting, I'm like, I should have probably like refilled or something like that before I came here. I just was like kind of in this mindset of going as fast as I could. But I did lose time, so. If I read the map better and I knew like there was no efficient ammo on the way there, which kind of sucked. It really wasn't, and there was a lot, and I knew there was a lot of rooms to traverse, but I was like, I can't see anything that's like a good farm, which kind of sucks. Usually, that's just how I figure. Like the way I think about it is like, if I have to go through like another region to get somewhere and there's a lot of rooms, I'm just gonna go and figure out how to get my ammo on the way there. But I looked at the map a few times. I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. So. Yeah, that's what we did, but yeah, it'd be interesting to like kind of see if I chose to maybe get the ice or something like that, or if I if we removed our really bad like execution mistakes,
then you're probably just like crushing me. Like, well,
it's hard to say. Yeah, so it'd be good to review the VOD and like kind of subtract the really bad things that we did that we probably won't do again next time. And then figure out like who would have won there, because me getting to skip Meridia there is interesting. So even though it's cool, it would have been a cool one. I think if we remove it, it would have been relative. I mean, even with the mistakes that we made. It was 2 minutes is pretty close for this kind of seed, and when we go completely opposite direction, so that was pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Is there anything else you two want to talk about before I get us on out of here?
All right, Zeb, you first.
Just want to say, get wrecked, Eddie.
I was
I
waiting for
expected
that.
this, and it happened. So, I guess I just feel like, you know, another day, like typical. So, yeah. GG's again, Eddie. Pretty fun races. I was kind of shook in that second one after what happened at the end of the first one, but yeah. Yeah, otherwise I'm basically just looking forward to seeing who I get to play against between Simo and Nitro. I think they're having their game 3 tomorrow, so looking forward to seeing that.
All right, so I'm looking at the updated race time points. I see that you're at 28:74 and I'm at 28:29. So I'm literally going to like fall into 2700. I've not seen 2700 in ages. And you're actually going to get to 2900.
Yep,
and then once you get to 2900, you're going to tell me you can't talk to me anymore because I'm too low. So I'm going to do anything in my power to make sure you don't do that. We're going to have to race some more. But also, yeah, GG's up though. It was fun. I was very excited for this race. And I got clobbered. What can I say? But you know what? I'm going to make my way up the losers bracket, and I expect to see you again, and I'm going to absolutely take you out like I took you out in that Rando League, which is basically off pure luck, but I'm going to do it again.
Eddie, 24-hour map rando only stream coming to you within the next couple of days. That way there, Eddie doesn't have to lose any more race time points.
Oh my gosh. I'm also falling in Imit's power rankings. It's over for me. I'm probably dropping like 2 spots. I'm definitely going under Zeb though.
Yep. I've got that #1 spot on lock.
Oh, yeah, he does. Oh, no. Oh, it's over.
Right there, Eddie's in complete shambles. Zeb's sitting on his giant throne made of Eddie's tears. Great race from both of you. Thank you both for the absolutely amazing and, quite frankly, just fantastic post-game. It's great to listen to a lot of what you two are saying and how you're breaking things down. I know I got a little bit of an education. I'm sure Twitch chat did. Eddie, we'll see you in the lower bracket. Your journey is not done. You're going to go and chase after winning the lower bracket. And Zeb is going to be sitting pretty and waiting for the results of that Simo Nitro. Game 3 tomorrow night, I believe I said it earlier. I want to say 7 p.m. Eastern. But Game 3 is tomorrow night. So, Eddie, Zeb, thank you so much. Was a fantastic best of 3. Zeb winning 2-0. Big shout outs to Lunatic Moth for going ahead and doing tracking. And for Eddie, Zeb, and Lunatic Moth and Aussie, I'm WXFan21 saying we'll see you next mission. Laters, peoples.